I'm Batman.
Oh my god.
Fuck you, Superman. What's up, you guys? My name's Tommy.
And my name's Harry.
And welcome back to See More Films.
Okay, so today we just watched, a few hours ago, we just watched Batman vs Superman. Yeah, we saw that at Greatest Picture House, and I just want to say thank you to the one and only. I will link his channel down in the description below. Basically,
thanks to him, we ended up getting 2 free tickets to see the film, free popcorn, free drinks, and even though he said to us, don't be expecting the film to be all that good, well, we'll get into that later. And what we've done in our other videos, we're going to do now. Spoiler warning!
Yeah, prepare to be spoiled in this movie review, because you will be. So yeah, just take that in mind. So the movie just got released today, March 25th or 2016. So if you haven't gone and seen it yet, definitely do it, because it will make sense that you're actually watching a spoiler movie. We don't want to spoil it for you. So yeah, definitely go check it out. It's available on all big cinemas or whatever, so yeah.
Even in some private, just like the one we went to, Greatest Picture House.
Yeah, we went to see a private screening of it, so that was pretty cool.
Okay, so the film stars Ben Affleck as Batman,
Henry Cavill as Superman,
Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman,
Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor,
and Amy Adams as Lois Lane. So for those of you who don't know, Batman vs Superman was actually based on a Batman comic known as The Dark Knight Returns, but obviously this concept was done as an older Batman in his 60s comes back to face the Joker and Superman one last time. That said, we see that in this film they've adapted it that he's not old, but he's older than he usually is. So he brings out the bat armor, which was incredible.
And that was pretty cool.
Yeah. But other than that, The Dark Knight Returns was such famous, iconic comic book, so you cannot complain on how they've adapted it into this film. Even down to the face-off between Batman and Superman. They kept it as comic book accurate as possible, but while still tying it in as a sequel to Man of Steel.
Can I just make a quick note that Jason hasn't watched this movie again? Like, he hasn't watched Deadpool or even Star Wars, and now he just shook the tripod. That was great. Great camel work, Jace.
Thanks, guys.
Like
I'm being promoted.
You're being demoted.
Yeah, you're being demoted.
Sorry, guys.
Into nothing.
You're not getting a promotion.
Passport run out, sorry.
Passport one.
That's deported, numbnuts.
I'm done.
Also, what me and Harry actually realised throughout the film, for those of you who haven't watched the Dark Knight trilogy review we did, go back and watch that, because it will now connect into this, because stupidly, even though they've recast Batman, they've made it that the Dark Knight trilogy is canon in this universe. And don't get me wrong, the Dark Knight trilogy was a really good trilogy.
It was.
But if that's the case, why did they recast to Ben Affleck?
I don't get it. I'm going to get into Ben Affleck later.
Yeah.
But
they've recast when Christian Bale still could have done the job. Even though it's meant to be a bit older of a Batman. It's really bugging me that they've done it, because either get rid of the continuity altogether, or have it it's the same continuity. Everything is the same, because we were saying the other day, they could have kept Michael Caine as Alfred. They could have kept Christian Bale as Batman. Gary Oldman as Commissioner Gordon. But everything's been taken back, so it was interesting, but was it the right choice? So that said, Harry, you can start us off. What did you like about the film?
okay, first of all, what I liked about the film was Batman suit. I never thought I did actually wouldn't like. At first, I thought I didn't. I wouldn't like it at all. Like seeing the pictures, like the first leaked pictures before the movie came out, about the the hours sort of like. I don't know. Like at first, I was like, that's not Batman. But like when you actually get to see him in the movie, I really like his suit. I actually prefer it more than the previous like
The
trilogy.
Christian Bale. You know what? I'm with you. I agree on that.
I mean, like, I saw like with the Christian Bale one, like it was good for like you know just like Dark Knight in general, but like with this one, I don't get that sort of Dark Knight sort of feel from it. Like him being like, because it feels like in this movie he's not more discreet as like previous Batman trilogies or movies that we've seen before. So like that's what I like from him. I like that he's more open, in my opinion. So that's one thing that I liked. Superman, I liked that as well. I liked like overall I like this movie much more like than Man of Steel.
Yeah.
Like Superman, like the chemistry between him and Lois Lane, like that was great. I really loved that. They connected so much. The bathroom scene, that was great. And like I just liked Superman for who he was and what he like represented for, because like, and especially for Metropolis as well, because like you see all these like memorials of him and everything. When he died, when he and before he died, like there were statues about, like I think I saw 2 statues before he died. Like I just really liked that. Another thing I liked was the the Batmobile. I never thought like I would see the Batmobile actually fly in this movie. I know we did with the
you're on about that wasn't the Batmobile, that was the Batwing. That's what it's called, the Batwing, the flying one.
But he turned his Batmobile into a Batwing straight after that. He did, because like because it like he kept changing back and forth. So like I really liked that. I mean I liked it more than the other like the previous trilogy with the Dark Knight, mainly because like it looks much cooler. I mean we don't see too much of it, which is kind of a shame. But I think in my opinion, I think we'll see a trilogy with Ben Affleck anyway.
It's going to be obvious.
It's so obvious, and with like not all the other movies that will contain like all the new superheroes that are coming out, because we did see like clips of the Flash in this film. We did see Aquaman. Jason's just like
There's actually 2 clips of the Flash.
No, 2 clips. Yeah, 2 clips of the Flash. Aquaman.
Cyborg. Oh, that intro.
Cyborg was so cool.
I'm sorry for the way they've done that intro. They've easily got to have already started filming the Cyborg movie.
And obviously we have Wonder Woman. We have Wonder Woman on there, which is cool as well. So it's
6
great
heroes,
to see 6 heroes. So like that's basically like a really good Justice League like right there. You've got like most of the characters and stuff.
I think that's why Batman's made himself more known in this film. The fact that he's trying to bring forward the Justice League. And carry on.
Okay, so the last thing I actually liked was the boss fight, and I think that was like Zack Snyder and his boss fights. I think they're the best I've seen. Like in terms of like just CGI and everything, like the boss fight between Superman, especially with like Superman, Wonder Woman, and
Batman with.
No. I'm going to get into what I dislike about Batman and his like boss fight, but like Superman, Wonder Woman, and Doomsday.
I do know Batman was involved in that.
I know.
That's why I said Batman.
I know, but there's something I don't like about Batman and his boss fight.
Fair enough.
With Superman, that was great, but it was just like really, it had this massive impact on Metropolis and stuff, and that's what you see a lot in Man of Steel. And like I think that's the only thing I actually like from Man of Steel is the boss fight in that, but like it's gotten much greater in this one. But there's a few things I dislike, so I'm going to talk about that like in a bit. But I just really loved it. Like it was so it got you at the edge of your seat, and it was like a massive shock to me in a way. It wasn't perfect, but it was just so good. I think it was it was brilliant. And yeah, that's what I liked from Batman vs Superman. What about you, Tom?
Okay, so for me, first thing that I really, really liked, Ben Affleck didn't say the word justice. Yes! Oh, I was so worried with that. After him as Daredevil, I was so worried he was going to say justice.
Is it just the cheesiness or something?
No, it's more the fact when he said justice in Daredevil, it pissed me off because he's sitting there in the rafters looking down in the costume and he's just like, what are you looking for? Justice! And I was like, they're going to fucking make him do it. It's Batman, aren't they? It's there for the setup since it's the dawn of justice. And I was like, and they didn't. So that's one thing I liked. Next thing, I've been a fan of Batman about a year now. I've started getting into DC. I went and read the Dark Knight Returns comic books, part 1 and 2, and the animated film.
Yeah, because beforehand
I was only a Marvel boy.
Marvel person.
But now I'm starting to get into DC because I've just caught up on Arrow, Supergirl, The Flash, Legends of Tomorrow. Me and Jason are like, but no. So back on track. I watched the animated versions of those comic books, and they're so amazingly adapted into this film. The costume, both the grey Batman suit with the black cape, perfectly matches. The bat armour, yes! And even the bat signal adjusting to the new logo. I can't find many faults. And what I also like is I found out the reason the Batman or Ben Affleck's version of Bruce Wayne / Batman in this film is the way he is. He's basing it on the grief of losing Robin.
Yes.
But that said, I also have a little nitpick to pick up here, and that was, I said this to Harry earlier, you see on Robin's suit in a case, it says, ha ha, the joke's on you, Batman. We're left to wonder though, after seeing the writing on letters throughout the film, was it the Joker who wrote that on the suit?
Or was it Lex Luthor?
Literally, if you look at the writing on the letters all sent to Bruce Wayne, the writing is identical, it's just the colour that's different. So, But, what do I also like? I really like the fact that the Superman continuity of Man of Steel was still there, because I think I'm one of those rare people. I thought the film was good. I just thought Man of Steel was ridiculously long. It didn't need to be 2.5 hours. Just the setup alone is half an hour in that.
Yeah.
Well, over half hour for the setup before he even starts thinking about, oh, who am I and all this, and you're like, it's just really fucking dumb. But then when you get into it, it wasn't that bad a film. I really got into it. And the actors and actresses in Man of Steel, they just... It felt like they were coming off the comic book pages. Like, the head of the Daily Planet, he just seems like that kind of character. Right, the next thing I like, Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman.
Oh my god, yes.
Please.
Oh, can I just stop you there? There was like this scene where she's just like, she gets hit by Doomsday and she's on the floor.
And she's just like, fuck you.
That was oh.
Literally, she just shrugs it off and she starts smiling.
Yeah.
She's got one of the most beautiful smiles in cinema at the moment.
Yeah.
But, I've got her right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, she's the definition of Wonder Woman as this character. Down to the fact her name sounds like an alternative name for Wonder Woman. Gal Gadot. The name just sounds perfect.
It's a nice name.
And one thing I will say with Wonder Woman, they matched all the comic book facts. Super strength, super speed, lasso of truth, the bracelets that can be collided together to essentially do what Hulk does with his thunderclap.
So I didn't see the bracelets like hit each other.
Yeah, they hit each other and that's what made the collision.
I didn't see that.
Yeah. The costume was... I like that it was different from the comic book, but it was a lot like the comic book. So it wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
What else? Yeah, that's it for Wonder Woman. Though, I will admit, the interactions between her and Bruce Wayne, they were just too perfectly done. Except for one thing. I didn't like the fact that Bruce Wayne reveals that he knows who Wonder Woman is via email.
That was kind of weird.
Yeah. Next thing. Superman. He has finally come into his own as Clark Kent. He's finally revealed who Clark Kent is, instead of going by different names like in the old film. Him and Lois Lane, the perfect match. They stuck with it quite well. And then when he's facing Doomsday, him, Wonder Woman, Batman, it's just too perfect. I know I really like Jeremy Irons as Alfred, because they've now based it on the fact that in one version of the comic book, Alfred's actually part of the SAS. So he's actually an ex-soldier. So this time you can see he looks like he's the type that had been worn down by battle.
Can I just say here, like, we did do a trailer review of this movie, and I did mention that he does look like Robbie Downey Jr. I'm sorry, he does. He does. Do you not agree with me now?
I agree.
If he had glasses on.
I agree he looks like him, but what was it? We were sitting there when we did the trailer review. Harry was adamant that it was Robert Downey Jr. who was playing Alfred, and I was like, yeah, you think Marvel's going to allow that? Never going to happen. But no, he was really good. They stuck to so many of the comic book facts. I feel like they tried to get as much detail in there as possible. That said, I think that might be something I also dislike. So what didn't you like about it?
First thing I didn't like, at the start of the film, we get...
Yeah, I forgot we were going to talk about this.
Did you really?
Yeah, I kind of did. So... what Harry's about to get onto, every Batman film, so Val Kilmer, Michael Keaton, George Clooney, Christian Bale, even Adam West, and now Ben Affleck, Batman origin story.
Every time, like, it's getting to a point where it's just cliche now.
Yeah.
Like, if you've ever seen a Batman film, then you know what happens.
If you ever read a Batman comic, you know what happens. If you ever play Cards Against Humanity, you fucking know what happens. Batman's parents shot in front of a theatre, by an alley, by a gunman trying to take their money and pearls. They're shot, Bruce Wayne's left standing there as the robber runs away.
And Commissioner Gordon takes him in.
Yeah, or Alfred, depending on the continuity.
Yeah.
But that said, you then see that he gets inspired by a cave he falls into, by a bat, and becomes Batman.
Yeah, so. But like, thing is though, like the thing with this one, I like that it's not so long-winded as the other ones.
True.
But when he falls into the well and gets back up, this what really
I forgot about that
me.
as well.
This really bugs me.
But then again, remember, it is a dream.
It is a dream. It is a dream. But the thing is though, with this movie, there's too much CGI and bits that don't need to be CGI'd. Yeah. Like, so he's in the well, like he's fallen down, but like he sees all these bats, and these bats like basically fly about, but he's then lifted up,
circling him and spinning round,
and he's like levitating up out of the well with these bats.
Yeah,
and then he suddenly becomes Batman.
And then he's like, the dream took me towards the light, and it's sort of like that was so.
Was that needed?
No, I can understand.
What's the origin story needed?
I think the fact that they said it was a dream, if they hadn't done the whole levitating thing and it had just been the bats flying straight out, I would have been like, okay, it's flashback, quick dream, bam, done, out the way. You at least know who Batman is now that they're trying to put Ben Affleck in the continuity.
Yeah, I love how it's not long-winded as I said before, but yeah.
But other than that, yes, what else didn't you like?
Another thing I didn't like is Doomsday. I didn't like how he looked. The thing is, I did like how he because he's getting more and more powerful every time you attack him without kryptonite. Like he gets more powerful, and so I like those sort of thorns that came out of his body. That's what I liked about him. But
at the same time,
he looks like. Have you ever seen the first? Is it the first or second? It's his second, isn't it?
No. Depending on the continuity, you could count it as the third. So
yeah. Have you ever seen the Hulk movie?
So Incredible Hulk, which starred I will never remember his name,
No.
but basically it was the one that wasn't complete cack, and it's still in the Marvel continuity.
Yeah. Basically, he looks like the Abomination, crossed over with a Ninja Turtle. I just didn't like it.
No.
And that's something that's put me off. Another thing I didn't like is Lex Luthor. You do see him to get bored at the end, but you should have seen that at the beginning.
Yeah,
to be
but
honest.
still, of all the actors to play Lex Luthor, Jesse Eisenberg.
Jesse Eisenberg didn't work. Didn't
No.
work at all.
Do you know the only thing that made him sort of work? Like you just said, right at the end when they shave his hair off and he's sitting in his cell and Batman appears.
He's in the cell when he's doing that.
Oh, and he keeps
ding,
he keeps tapping his
That was
head.
pretty funny as well. I heard some
But
kids
I
in the
thought,
back
yeah,
laughing and
I was
stuff.
laughing, but I thought it also matched what Lex Luthor is, proper
Yeah.
fucking fucked up in the head. But no, I'm with you. Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor.
If you guys ever seen Smallville as well, like you see Batman like growing up as a teenager and
Superman.
and actually becoming Superman at the end.
You just went. You see Batman growing up and becoming Superman.
I did not just say that, did I?
Yeah.
That was really bad. I mean, it's Clark Kent. So
Batman grows up to become Superman.
listen, we've got like a 13-hour episode, like season of Daredevil.
Yeah, we're about to
tonight.
binge watch 13 hours worth of Daredevil. Bring it on.
Stay tuned. Like you see him growing up and everything, but then you see Lex Luthor as well. Like,
Yeah.
I don't like how in this movie Lex Luthor and Superman, they don't really know each other.
At all.
At all. Like as kids in like the Smallville series, like they know each other.
The thing is, even in the comic books, there's an old connection between Clark Kent or Superman, depending on which one,
and
Lex Luthor.
Another thing I didn't like is like since Superman's dead and they've just met.
Hugest spoiler warning there. Superman is killed by Doomsday.
He's dead. Superman and Lex Luthor, they're supposed to be like fighting each other like before Superman's supposed to be like actually dead. That's the first time you yawned throughout.
Hey!
I didn't like it. I mean, I prefer the Smallville sort of like story and everything.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe what I'm trying to say is that I think Lex Luthor should have like actually like been bald.
From the beginning.
From the beginning.
I just think
and
it should have
had-
been another fucking actor.
and like they had history, him and Superman. I think that's that should have happened. That's something I didn't like from this movie. Last thing I didn't like about this movie is Superman actually dying. Okay, so basically Superman picks up the kryptonite and everything, which is
Obviously,
in the spear.
it weakens him because he's also a Kryptonian.
I sort of like that he's like that chemistry with like Lois Lane. He's just like, I gotta go, I've got to do this, and she's like, no, don't do it, and like he does. And basically, like what he does, he's like picks up the spear and he goes straight towards Doomsday and like stabs him in the heart. But then like
Doomsday stabs him in the heart
with kryptonite.
No,
he didn't. No,
it
was
was
Storm.
with his own hand.
Because obviously he's weakened.
But at the same time, I know you don't like that he's been killed, but you do realise that.
No, I liked how he's killed. I just didn't like how he was killed.
You
like,
do
it
know
wasn't
that,
really impactful.
You do know that's how it happens in the comic.
Yeah.
Doomsday is the one that kills
I know,
Superman.
but I just didn't like that. I don't.
That's
Even
fair
if it's
enough.
in the comics, I don't like that.
No, that's fair
Because
enough.
I actually do own like the first appearance of Doomsday at home, and like I read it, and like I know how he's killed. I just don't like how he's killed. I don't think it's really impactful. No. Let me make this clear. Like I like how he's killed, but I just don't like that scene.
Okay.
Like the way he is actually, like it wasn't really like shocking. Like okay,
You expected it.
I was almost at the edge of my seat. That like I did expect it. I was almost at the edge of my seat, but like it was in the way like it was like this, and I was just like, oh, he's dead.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. But then obviously we know like because at the end of the film we do see like the coffin like that sort of like rumble of dirt.
Yeah.
It's sort of levitating up, and like
You can
obviously
tell he's still alive.
he's still alive. And obviously we knew that because there's going to be a Justice League movie coming out soon. So.
And Superman's obviously leading it. Well,
Yeah.
at the moment it's Batman leading it.
Batman,
if you go by the end of the comic, the film.
Yeah, with Catwoman. Not
Okay.
Catwoman. Oh my god, I'm gonna.
I want Catwoman to appear in Justice League. Anyway, yes. So that everything you didn't like?
That's everything I didn't like. What about you, Tom?
Okay, so for me, you spoke about most of the stuff. Like,
Yes.
I'm with Harry completely. I did not like Jesse Eisenberg as the actor for Lex Luthor. You could have done so much better. There's so many bald actors that are born to play Lex Luthor.
Definitely.
Even if they brought back the actor from Smallville, I understand continuity,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
still. When Flash first appears, it's actually not with the other clips that we see of Cyborg and Aquaman and Wonder Woman. It's actually Bruce Wayne is having a dream, which is apparently meant to be in continuity. It's actually meant to have been, he's actually seen it. And that is, the Flash ends up travelling through time to then warn Bruce Wayne about Clark Kent. That being the case, I like that they thought of that. I did not like the costume they put him in.
Yeah, it was kind of weird, wasn't it?
It was a blue and red armour.
At first, because I looked at you and I was like, "Is that the Flash?" Because I
Yeah.
went like that in the cinema.
I
And
had-
I'm like, "Yeah."
I had to ask Ronnie, because at first I thought, wait, is it Cyborg and the Flash and they're both trying to time travel? Because it was blue and red, and I was like, why is it blue and red? Why? The universe is going to be a red armour to understand how the Flash can move. Fair enough, I'm not bothered by that. What I'm bothered by is the colours at the moment, blue and red, and the fact that his face is all blurred, and it was one of the worst pieces of CGI in this film. So that's what really, really got to me. I also, like, again, me and Harry have said, I didn't like Doomsday looking like Abomination. It literally looks like they just copied, pasted, and just made a couple of changes.
That's the thing about the CGI. Like, but one thing I didn't like about the CGI is like there was just too much of it. Some of it just wasn't needed.
Yeah.
Like that scene where Batman is dragging Superman by like this rope.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was his back or something. He was like dragging him, and like the way he was tying him around, there was like a scene. It was like a long shot scene, and he was like tying him around, and it was like it was clearly CGI the way he was doing it, the way he was moving, and I was just like, what's that needed? There's a few other bits here and there, but yeah, go on.
There's not much else to say about dislikes. I feel like the film was executed really well.
It was good.
But I just feel like, I don't know, I feel like there could have been a bit more of Wonder Woman's story, a bit more backtail.
Yeah.
Other than the fact that Bruce Wayne sends her an email going,
And searches her up and stuff.
oh yeah, and he's like, who are you, where are you from, blah blah blah, and it's like, how about you interact and ask her.
Email.
That's why when they're all together and Superman goes, is she with you? And he's like, I thought she was with you. And you're just like, one of those stories. But other than that, there's not a lot to complain about. I kind of thought that the whole blowing up the Senate, they blow up the Senate by sending in someone who apparently wants to face Superman one-on-one. That said, I thought it was a waste. That was 10 minutes we did not need. Other than that, no, there's not much else I disliked. So me and Harry both discussed this as we were leaving the cinema, as we always do. And Harry, you give your rating first.
Okay, so I really thought about this, and I'm actually going to give it no more than an 8.0 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like, I loved it. Some bits that was like wasn't needed, but overall it was good. I would see it again. Apparently there's going to be an R-rated version available on Blu-ray, which
And
I can't
DVD,
wait.
which we're both going to get.
I can't wait to see that, because there was some bits I was like...
There's a couple of plot holes, and they've made it obvious that those plot holes will be filled by what comes out on the R-rated version.
But yeah, that's an 8.0 from me. What about you, Tom?
I'm going the same as Harry. I'm sorry, DC fans. Don't get me wrong. So far, and no one else can say otherwise, Batman vs Superman has been the best DC film to date.
Yeah, from the past couple of years, I'd say.
No, better than any other DC film. I'd say it's second best. I'd say the best film to do with DC so far has to be The Dark Knight.
Yeah, Dark Knight, yeah, definitely.
I'd say it goes Dark Knight, Batman vs Superman.
Okay, so now before we end the video, we've got our shout-out segment. We do these every review, so yeah. Tommy, is anyone you want to shout out to?
Okay, so I'm right at the end of my second year coursework at the moment, and I'm doing a short animated film. That said, I've had to do the voiceovers recently, record them, and for that, I'd like to do a shout out to my boy Man Like Nels and Nelly Cadena. He's been really good to me, brilliant studio artist. Go check out his album Sound for the Soul. He's got gigs coming up. He's even going to be performing in Paris, so go support him for that. But yeah, other than that, make sure to go check him out. We'll put all of his social media below. And Harry, what about you? Your shout out?
My shout out is to a person that actually does quite the same sort of videos that we do on this channel. I'll link her down in the description below. Her name is actually called Torathena, and yeah, she's into comic books. She's going to Comic-Con this year, so we might see her there. And she's just really cool. She's on Instagram as well, so I'll link that as well. Yeah, and everything. And that's for me. What about you, Jace?
Get in front of the camera. Get in front.
I've got no one for now. I'll do them next episode.
Ah, what? Come on.
Cop out.
Does anyone? There's no one you want to shout out to?
I need to like go for my thing.
Didn't you have one?
Shout out to your mum.
Shout out to my mum. She makes the best curry in the world.
Okay.
Shout out to my mum. I don't let her cook.
Yeah.
My mum's sitting over there swearing at me. As you do.
Anyway, that is all from this video.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure to go down below, comment, give us your opinion.
Like this video if you enjoyed it.
And make sure to subscribe and share for more.
Anyways, guys, my name's Harry Thomas.
My name's Tony Monkhouse. This has been See More Films, and we're out.